Hey up, that old Yorkshire Geek here once again with some more news from the world of geeky culture and all that stuff. Sorry, adjusting myself. I do this, as live. I do record it, but I don't really do any editing. I just record it, and if anything goes wrong, it's there, unless it's massive, like a hemorrhage or something. Not making light of that, but right then, what we got today? The first up is we have got some Kenobi news from Lucasfilm. Somebody may have leaked the release date for it. So let's have a look. Let me get myself sorted. Oh, what's that? Oh, a bit of there it is, and here it is. Badum! Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show premiere date will reportedly be in May. So let's have a read, shall we? A new report suggests Lucasfilm's Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show starring Ewan McGregor will premiere in May, but an official release date isn't set. This is on Screen Rant, by the way, and as usual, all the links will be in the description box down below. And also, while we're at it, do the old like, subscribe, hit the what they call it, the notification bell, so you'll, when I do new videos, you'll get a notification or an email or whatever. They get annoying, don't they, sometimes, but it all adds to the algorithm, as they say. And also, share my videos. Let's get more people watching them. I don't get a huge amount, but everyone is welcome, and I'm grateful for everybody that watches my videos, listens to me droning on in my northern way. Right then, where were we? Lucasfilm reportedly plans to release Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus in May 2022. Ever since Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012, there has been a desire to see Ewan McGregor return as Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequels. The studio reportedly developed a solo movie which could have become a franchise based around McGregor's fan-favourite Jedi several years ago, but it never materialised. Instead, the launch of Disney Plus in 2019 gave Lucasfilm an avenue to explore Star Wars on the small screen. This began with The Mandalorian and opened up the door for Obi-Wan Kenobi's official announcement in 2019. By the way, let's look at this picture. Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Darth Vader. I'm not sure, there's been a lot of controversy about that, hasn't there? When I left you, I was but a learner, now I am the master. I thought that before he became like that, but anyway, whatever. Well, we'll talk about that after I've read this, Ever since Lucasfilm officially confirmed the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series, fans have been anxiously waiting to see it. The show is directed by The Mandalorian's Deborah Chow and also features the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. Lucasfilm has yet to reveal too much information about the show, though, leaving fans desperate for more. A short Obi-Wan Kenobi sizzle reel, which is what's playing in the background, released in late 2021, is so far the only official marketing material for the show. The anticipation for the first trailer is high, although some mystery still surrounds the project since release date is not known. It might have actually stopped because I didn't have it on loop. Yes, it has. So we put it on we'll put it on loop. Repeat. I'm an idiot. Forever, and off it goes again. There we go. Not that you can see any of it, but but it's there, isn't it? It's there. What was I saying about disasters? I won't edit it out though. You can see my ineptness in all its glory. Right, now it now seems that Obi-Wan Kenobi's release window has been revealed at long last. The internet recently began buzzing when a Disney Plus employee tweeted and then deleted. Never works. It's on the internet forever. Somebody always gets a screen grab. That Obi-Wan will be on Disney Plus in May 2022. This caused some confusion since Lucasfilm announced a new Obi-Wan comic shortly thereafter that also has a May release. However, sources have told THR, the Hollywood Reporter, I knew it. I'm rubbish usually with these, but I knew that one. That Obi-Wan Kenobi is indeed planned for a May release. The outlet didn't provide a specific date for its release, which will be left for Lucasfilm to officially announce at some point. There's Ewan McGregor as the young Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's probably from Revenge of the Sith. He's got I don't know where it's from, to be honest, or it could be the Revenge of the Sith or the other one, Attack of the Clones. I don't know. I think it's Revenge of the Sith. Anyway, a May release for Obi-Wan Kenobi has long been rumoured and expected. Now that Disney Plus releases its original content on Wednesdays, many fans quickly realise that the Star Wars holiday, May the 4th, falls on Wednesday. That has been speculated to be the optimal release date for Obi-Wan's show. However, Disney's streaming service might be too crowded to make that possible. Marvel Studios' Moon Knight premieres on March 30th and will air its finale on May the 4th unless there is a 2-episode premiere or finale. Since this is Obi-Wan Kenobi release date, start again. I went wrong there, didn't I? Since this Obi-Wan Kenobi release date is not confirmed by Lucasfilm, it should be interesting to see when the studio makes the premiere date official. The Book of Boba Fett wraps up next week as of this writing, and while Obi-Wan's series is presumed to be up next in terms of upcoming Disney Plus Star Wars shows, Disney has yet to make that plan official. At this point, it seems Lucasfilm will hold off on making Obi-Wan Kenobi's release date known until the marketing campaign starts, but it would be smart to make an official announcement sooner than later. And there we go, that's the source, The Hollywood Reporter. So there we go. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, are we all keen to see it? Some people are, obviously, and Ewan McGregor obviously made the role his own, didn't he? After the late, great, Sir Alec Guinness, passed on, and they wanted a young version of old Ben, didn't they? But we'll see. I'm not sure. Like as I said, I'm not sure about this. What did Kathleen Kennedy call it? The rematch of the century. As I said, you got the impression, although it wasn't said, outright. So there's obviously a lot of wiggle room, isn't there? But it was suggested, and highly suggested that at the Obi-Wan and Vader, as it was at that time, Anakin Skywalker, didn't see each other again after their fight on Mustafar. That was the impression that we were left with. But obviously it looks like they're going to fight. I don't know where this is. It's some sort of obviously it's concept art in it, but some sort of factory or industrial space. A lot of flames. Could it be on Mustafar, or could it be like Geonosis or something? I don't know how much of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, is going to be on like Tatooine. It's supposed to be hidden away there, isn't it? Learning about the Force and learning how to become a Force ghost off Qui-Gon, who can talk, but apparently can't make himself visible, can he? He can speak through the Force. Anyway, I suppose we'll all find out in May if the leak is accurate. So that's that. So we'll see what happens, eh? So we'll knock off that background video because it's got naught to do with anything else. Have a quick look at it though, eh? There it is, look. There's Kenobi, there, the fighting, and Obi-Wan Kenobi dropped off. He just buy one, get one free. Oh heck, I've said something now, haven't I? So anyway, there we go. See ya. Right, we'll get Chrome back up, and we shall go to our next story, which might be of interest to you, might not. It's not the most massive news in the world of geeky culture, but the Meg II, Meg II, The Trench, has officially started filming, and there's a big shark and some sort of futuristic submarine. Is this not the first one? Or the second one? I don't know. I've seen the first one, but honestly I can't remember what happens in it, because it didn't really make an impression on me. I didn't hate it, I quite enjoyed it while it happened, but it was a bit meh, wasn't it? Anyway, one of the most surprising films of 2018, I wouldn't say that, was The Meg, a film which adapted Steve Alten's 1997 novel Meg, which obviously stands for, Megalodon, because you've got Jason Statham, haven't you, going, "It's a Megalodon." And obviously he's no idea what a Megalodon is. I'm going to kill that Megalodon, oh, cold blimey. Because it's a slag. Anyway, whatever. The movie was in development for quite some time, which initially made fans cautious about the project. Ultimately, however, it was quite a success, having made $530 million worldwide. That's not to be sniffed at. Now, a new sequel titled Meg II: The Trench is on the way, and it's currently shooting. This information comes via Variety, where they were able to confirm that the film has indeed entered production. Full stop. I like Ron Burgundy, yeah. No question marks at end. It turns out that Meg II: The Trench has started shooting in a rather notable location as well when it comes to some other Hollywood blockbusters. As they've revealed, the sequel to Jason Statham fronted shark thriller The Meg has begun shooting in the UK, Variety can confirm. Everything seems to be shooting in the UK at the moment. We're like Hollywood light, aren't we? Although, the UK has a long tradition of big films coming to film here, because we've got the best studios, and technicians and set designers and set decorators and all that. The best we do, the best of the best of the best. And there's probably a lot of tax breaks as well, because we've got Tories in powers. Anyway, production on Meg II: The Trench has kicked off with a splash at Warner Brothers owned Leavesden Studios outside London, where the Harry Potter and Batman franchises were also shot. This is great news for fans that have been anxiously waiting. Why has that got a link? The fans anxiously waiting there, I'm not clicking, for the film to get underway. Hopefully this means we'll have more information on the project soon. Of course, it might be quite a while before we see any official material. In any case, it's nice to see that the wait is getting shorter. Ben Wheatley is directing the Meg II: The Trench. The screenplay for this highly anticipated sequel was written by Dean, is that Georgaris or Georgaris? And I apologise to him for butchering his surname. And John Eric Herbert. He have butchered their name as well. I do apologise, I'm from Yorkshire, we butcher everything. As aside from Jason Statham returning to reprise his role from the first film as Jonas Taylor, it's a Megalodon. It's been stated that several other cast members from the original will be returning as well. This includes Bing Bing Lee. I'm not laughing. A release date for the sequel has yet to be revealed, but with production underway, more details are likely on the way. As such, fans can stay tuned to Screen Geek for updates as we have them, and also that old Yorkshire Geek. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, so the Meg. I bet it's going to be an even bigger Megalodon, isn't it? I bet it is. Even bigger. Or maybe there's more than one of them. Or they probably call it Megs, wouldn't they, if there were more than one. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure it'll be just as amazing as the first, which wasn't really that amazing. It was alright, but there could have been more blood. It was a bit too PG, wasn't it? I wanted to see, gore, basically. Put too fine a point on it. But there wasn't any. Not that I can remember anyway. So that's that one done. So Meg II: Trench has officially started filming in the UK at Leavesden Studios. I'm sure there'll be some filming out at sea. Or they're all going to be done in the studio, with tanks full of water and stuff like that. I don't know. But CGC, I don't know. Right, next up is an old story, is this one, sort of, about an old film. Uma Thurman says playing Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin. Excuse me, I'll just pull my beard, it's tickling a bit. Start again. Uma Thurman says playing Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin was a fantastic experience. It might have been for her, but it wasn't really for us, was it? 25 years later, Uma Thurman looks back at her role in Batman and Robin fondly and still misses her dear friend Joel Schumacher, yes, who passed away in the last year or two, didn't he? It is quite sad. He was a good filmmaker. Apart from Batman and Robin. I really like Batman Forever. Batman and Robin, no, was not very good. Although I did like Uma Thurman, because, she is gorgeous, isn't she? In her own way. She's not a classic beauty, but, it's the eyes, I suppose. Amazing eyes. But there she is. Not sure about them. But anyway. In 1997, the 1997 movie Batman and Robin is certainly not the most well-regarded movie, you can say that again, that's ever been made about the Dark Knight, but Uma Thurman remains grateful for the experience she had in working on the feature. I learned to read one day. You'd think I'd get better at this, wouldn't you? Directed by Joel Schumacher, Batman and Robin was the first and only movie to feature George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. He was rubbish, wasn't he? Everybody likes George Clooney, but he was rubbish as Batman. With Chris O'Donnell co-starring as Batman's titular sidekick, Robin. The two villains starring opposite Clooney and O'Donnell were Thurman as Poison Ivy and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Yeah, that one. Ice to see you. Top script. Anyway, recently Thurman looked back at her role in Batman and Robin 25 years later in an interview with Entertainment Tonight. In reflection, the movie makes Thurman think about Schumacher and how much she misses the late filmmaker. As far as playing Poison Ivy, what Thurman mostly remembers from slipping into that role was all of the rubber that came with it. Mother? Which the actress recalls as being the most rubber she's ever been surrounded in at once. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I was just talking about Joel Schumacher, the director who is a friend I love so much. I love Joel Schumacher. That was a fantastic experience. I had to wear lots of rubber suits. I did not have a rubber mask. I had my own face, but I had some rubber appliances on my face sometimes. That was about as much rubber as I've ever worked with personally. Very good. Batman and Robin is not without its critics, but the film has its fans as well. Among them is actor Robert Pattinson, who will be the next person to play the Dark Knight in Matt Reeves' The Batman. Pattinson recently expressed his opinion that none of the Batman films are bad movies, arguing that each of them accomplish what they set out to achieve in their own way. I suppose that's quite true. But some do it better than others. A live-action Poison Ivy hasn't been on the big screen since Batman and Robin. I presume that's some sort of fan art or a cosplayer or just a person that they made look like Poison Ivy. There have been different incarnations of Poison Ivy to show up in various DC projects, but the supervillain hasn't made it back to the big screen in live-action form since we last saw Uma Thurman in the role in Batman and Robin. Birds of Prey director Kathy Yan was planning to bring in Poison Ivy to explore her relationship with Harley Quinn in a Gotham City Sirens movie, along with Catwoman, but that film is currently stuck in development hell. Meanwhile, there have been rumours of Megan Fox circling the role of DCEU's Poison Ivy. That hasn't been confirmed, but in any case, it seems inevitable that the character will be in the DCEU soon enough. Margot Robbie, who has played Harley Quinn in multiple movies, has personally been campaigning for Poison Ivy to finally be introduced. Trust me, I chew their ear off about it all the time, Robbie told Den of Geek. They must be sick of hearing it, but I'm like, Poison Ivy, come on, let's do it. I'm very keen to see a Harley Poison Ivy relationship on screen. It'd be so fun. I'll keep pestering them, don't worry. And that's that. So yes, Poison Ivy should be, you'd think that they'd done it by now, wouldn't you? I mean, she's been on TV and she's in Gotham. I thought, a version of Poison Ivy. And I think she's been in, is it Batwoman? Batwoman TV series, which I've not seen. I think I saw the first episode or two, but it's, not for me. Not my cup of tea. Although I did like Gotham, I saw all of that. Anyway, so there you go. So that's a blast from the past. Uma Thurman enjoyed playing Poison Ivy. And who can blame? Makes a change though, doesn't it? From, actors and actresses saying they enjoyed doing something. They usually, say, no, it was a horrible experience. I mean, she moaned about the rubber, but she said it was a great experience anyway. So, but that's enough of that. And finally, the last story for today is Doctor Strange 2 merch confirms a new Marvel hero. And there he is, Benedict Cumberbund. As Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. Or he's not anymore though, is he? They've taken that title off him, giving it to somebody else, because he disappeared for 5 years, along with half of everybody. Right, with the upcoming sequel to Doctor Strange, titled Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, expanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's expected that plenty of new superheroes will be introduced. Because of the multiverse concept, it's likely that we'll see plenty of variants, either played by familiar faces. I apologise, a tickly lug oil. Either played by familiar faces or inspired by them. With that said, the Doctor Strange sequel is supposed to introduce plenty of unique characters as well, and this includes the newly teased hero Rintrah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. I've never heard of him, her, it. Because I'm not a big comics person. I was as a kid. I read 2000 AD and I was, Dandy and Beano and all them. And there was another one, wasn't there, that had Crazy Comic. I read that, and Cheeky Comic, which was a spin-off. Anyway, I digress. As you can see below, a variety of promo art pieces for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness have been released online from Red Wolf. These all have a fun and psychedelic colour scheme, something fitting considering the film will likely be just as surreal and bizarre. This is evident in Rintrah, who is actually a Minotaur that learns magic from Doctor Strange. Here's the artwork, which features Rintrah with a green and purple design. And there he is. Can you see him? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. There he is. He's got some sort of... he's ready for doing some martial arts in here, that clobber. With his hooves and his fists and his horns. I presume he can talk. Otherwise, what would be the point? He won't just be mooing at Doctor Strange, will he? But you never know. As of this writing, there isn't much else known about the character. While he does come from the comic books, it's well known at this point that Marvel and Disney aren't afraid to take major deviations with their Marvel Cinematic Universe. This means the character could have a completely different backstory or set of powers. So hopefully, as the film's promotional campaign continues ahead of its upcoming release, we'll know more about Rintrah and the other characters in the film. There's definitely going to be a lot to look forward to, so fans can stay tuned to Screen Geek for updates on the project as we have them. And of course, here at That Old Yorkshire Geek. If it catches me eye, that is. That's all these stories are, just things that catch me eye. So that's all I can say about that. Because I'm not an expert on all that, I'm a geek. I'll say this afterwards. I'll do a statement in a moment. Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange 2, otherwise known as Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, from a screenplay written by Jade Bartlett and Michael Waldron. The film's cast includes Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen. Ooh, I don't like Elizabeth Olsen, sorry. Hey, my heart flutters. Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and, oh my goodness, Xochitl Gomez. I presume he is Mexican or Central American at least. Audiences will be able to see Doctor Strange, and I apologise to him. Audiences will be able to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness when it hits theatres on May 6th, 2022. And that's that for that. So there we go, there's Rintrah. Getting ready to do some training, no doubt. Be doing martial arts and magic, probably. A magical Minotaur. Well, at least it alliterates well, doesn't it? But yeah, he's not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore. They gave that to Benedict Wong's character, didn't they? Because he got blipped, didn't he? So you'd think he'd get it back, wouldn't you? But obviously not. So that's it. That's all our news for today. Anyway, as I was saying, let's go there. Let's make me bigger there. Shall we make me bigger while I witter on at you? How do I do this? I don't bloody know. Whoa, get it wrong thing. Whatever. We'll leave it at that. What was I saying? Yeah. I call myself that old Yorkshire geek, and I'm a geek. I'm not a nerd in my way I think about it. Geeks are people that enjoy stuff, of a certain genre or multiple genres. Horror, sci-fi, fantasy, all that stuff. Nerds are people that really get into it and become experts basically in it. And I'm no expert in stuff. I don't really get into stuff. Some things I know quite a bit about. I'm quite knowledgeable about Star Trek. I'm not an expert, but I can't name every single character in every single episode and everything. But it's Star Trek's my jam, as well as Stargate and all that, just Star Wars. But as I said, I'm no expert. I know what I like, and I like geeky things, and I like to cover them. And so that's all there is to it. So anyway, we'll leave it there. It's not as long today, is it? No, 20 odd minutes. Not as long today as it has been. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours. I'll see thee.